Okay, this is session number 26. Session number 26 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಈ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ದ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಟಿವ್ ಮೆಥಡ್, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆವರೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಥಿಯರಿನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ Kuampu University, Techniques for Business Decisions, 6th semester, session number 26. Okay. So in this session, we can study the types of index number, simple aggregative method, simple average of price relative method, and weighted index number. Only theory part na ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. So in this session, it will help the students. Learning objective of this session to familiar with the term index number, like types of index number. This helps the student to understand the concept of index number. Session outcome: at the end of this session, the student should be able to understand the concept of index number and express their opinion regarding the index number. ಸೊ ಈ ಸೆಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಲಿಯುವಂಥ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್, ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್, ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್, ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್, ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಗ್ರಾಮೆಟಿಕಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದಾದರೆ ಬಾರ್ಡ್ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದಾದರೆ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ unweighted or simple index number and weighted index number. Unweighted or simple index number ಅಲ್ಲಿ simple aggregative method and simple averages of price relative method. Next is weighted index numbers ಅಲ್ಲಿ weighted average of price relative method. So another is weighted aggregative method. So next is, what is the meaning of price index number? Price index number are most popular and commonly used index numbers. These index numbers measure the change in price of some commodities or group of commodities consumed in the given period with reference to the base period. There are two types: wholesale price index and retail price index. Wholesale price index, it measures the change in the general price level of a commodity. Next is retail price index, represents, it measure the general changes in the retail price of a commodities. Next is construction of a price index number. This compares the prices of group of commodities at a certain time or place with base period or place respectively. The simplest formula for calculating price index number is given by P01. Already ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾವು notations ಅಲ್ಲಿ P means price. That means P01 is equal to P1 divided by P0 into 100. That means price of a current year divided by price of a base year into 100. So next is ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ simple aggregative method ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್. ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್, ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಮಾಡಿಟೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ P1 ಆರ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಮಾಡಿಟೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬೇಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಈಸ್ P0, and it is symbolically P01 is equal to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0 into 100. That means P means price, alige price of current year, sigma price of current, sigma means nothing but total of price of current year divided by the total of price of base year into 100. So here P1 is represent price index of current year. Sigma P1 is nothing but the sum of price of commodities of a current year. Next is sigma P0 is nothing but the year sum of prices of commodities in a base year. Next is quantity index number. Quantity index numbers helps us in measuring and comparing the changes in the physical volume of goods produced or sold or purchased in given amount of year. So how to construct the quantity index number? The index numbers ಅಥವಾ construction of index number, the changes in the level of quantities of items consumed or produced or distributed during a year under the study with reference to the base year. The simplest formula for calculating quantity index number is given by Q01 is equal to Q1 divided by Q0 into 100. So we can already discuss in the previous session. Q means quantity, 1 means base year, 1 means current year, 1 means current year, 0 means current year. So like a quantity for current year divided by quantity for base year into 100. So quantity index number helps us in measuring the comparing the changes in the physical volume of goods produced or sold or purchased in a given amount of year. So how to construct? I can already ಮತ್ತೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. This index number measures the changes in the level of quantities of items consumed or produced or distributed during a year under the study with reference to the base year. In simplest formula for calculating the quantity index number is given by Q01 is equal to Q1 divided by Q0, sigma Q1 divided by sigma Q0 into 100. Next is the value index number. Value index numbers are measure the changes in the value of some commodities or group of commodities consumed or purchased in the given period with reference to the base year. It is also known as volume index number. How to construct the value index number? This compares the total value of some period with the total value of base period. This index numbers measure the change in the level of value of items consumed during the current year with reference to the value of items consumed in the base year. Next is simple index number. A simple index number measure the changes in price or a quantity of a single item over time. It is calculated by dividing the current year value by the base year value and then multiplying the result by 100. Construction of a simple index number. The steps is: number 1, obtain the prices or quantities for the commodity over the time period of interest. Number 2, select the period used to be as a base. Divide the current year price, nothing but P1 of the commodity by the base year is P0. Next step is for step number 4, multiply this ratio by 100. Next is price index. Next is quantity index. Simple index numbers is a simple arithmetic or geometric average used to calculate stock indexes. Equal weight is invested in each of the stocks in an index with equal dollar amounts invested in each underlying stock. Dollar is nothing but ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು rupees ಅನ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. Because the stocks are equally weighted, one stock's performance will not have a dramatic effect on the performance of the index as a whole. This differs from weighted index where some stocks are given more weight than others, usually based on their market capitalization. Next is composite index number. The composite index number is a weighted mean of the elementary index numbers in which the weighting represents the mass of the elementary numbers. In the case of price indices, this mass is a expenditure. In other words, a composite index numbers measure the variation in the value of a composite number defined as the aggregate of a set of elementary numbers. This should be explained in an example. The consumer price index measures the variation the prices of 1000 varieties of products in a single index number. Next is simple aggregative method is very important for the examination point of view. So this is the simplest method of constructing index number. In this method, aggregate prices of all the selected commodities in the current year are divided by the aggregate prices in the base year and multiplied by 100 to get the index. Steps involved in the construction of simple aggregative method: add up the current year prices of various commodities and denote by sigma p1. ಅಲ್ಲಿ question mark ಇದೆ, it is nothing but sigma p1. Add up the base year prices of various commodities is sigma p0. ಅಲ್ಲಿ question mark ಇದೆ, so ಅಲ್ಲಿ sigma ಅಂತ ಅಥವಾ sum ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Next is number 3rd, using the formula p01, nothing but price of, so equal to sigma p1 divided by sigma p0 into 100. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇರೋ ಕಡೆ ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿದೆ, ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ p1 divided by sigma p0 into 100. Next is simple average of price relative method. This index is an improvement over the simple aggregative price index because it is not affected by the unit in which the prices are quoted. One way to rectify the drawbacks of simple aggregate index to construct a simple averages of relatives. Next is price relative. A price relative is a percentage ratio between price of commodity in the current year and that in the base year. Next is weighted index number. When all the commodities are not of equal importance, we assign weight to each commodity relate to its importance, and index number computed from these weights is called weighted index number. Under this method, we weight the price of each commodity by a suitable factor, often taken as a quantity or value weight sold during the base year or the given year or an average of some years. So next is the choice of one or the other will depend upon the importance we want to give a period besides the quantity based. So some of the important weighted index number, the various alternatives formulas in use are: number 1, Laspier's method, Pasch's method, Fisher's and Ideal method. Next is Darby's and Bowles method. Next is Marshall and Edward method. Next is Skilles method. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮುಂದಿನ ಸೆಷನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಲಾಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಕಲಿತೀವಿ, ಪ್ಯಾಶ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಕಲಿತೀವಿ, ಫಿಶರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಾರ್ಬಿಶ್ ಮತ್ತು ಬೌಲೆಸ್ ಕಲಿತೀವಿ. ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ಎಡ್ವರ್ತ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕಿಲ್ಲೆಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ಎಡ್ವರ್ತ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕಿಲ್ಲೆಸ್ ಮೆಥಡನ್ನು ಮುಂದಿನ ಸೆಷನ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡಲ್ಲ. ನಮಗೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಲಾಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್, ಪ್ಯಾಶ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್, ಫಿಶರ್ಸ್ ಐಡಿಯಲ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ and Darby's and Bowles method ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ. that should be discussed in the next coming sessions. Okay, thank you.